Here we have Nemanja's breaststroke underneath the water, going real deep, and again, we just got to work on that streamline. As we see underneath, as you go through that pull, you're just kind of going through your regular breaststroke pull. Always make sure that on that first breaststroke pull underwater, you're pushing all the way back past your hips so that you're getting the full effect of that stroke. As you reach out in front, I do notice that your arms have kind of a bend in them. We want to make sure that your arms are always going straight out in front of you. Get those arms fully extended. Get your elbows nice and high as you get into that next pull. As we look at that kick right here, we do need to make sure that you're working on getting those feet all the way together. It's almost like clapping with your feet. You got to make sure that you get those toes turned out, but then as you finish the kick, you're getting the soles of your feet together. And you watch you kind of coming through, getting those hands turned out. That looks pretty good. Just want to make sure that we keep those elbows out in front of you just a little bit more. In order to really get the breath in for breaststroke, you're going to make sure at this point in time that you do press down on the water a little bit and then thinking about squeezing your elbows together. That'll help give you that lift to come up to breathe, so then you're not having to really lift that head up, and you're just going to be able to let the stroke naturally happen and naturally bring you up to the surface to breathe. All the strokes are pretty convenient about the fact that they can get you to go through the motions without you really having to work too hard at it. So just keep it up. Here we have Nemanja's breaststroke. See him diving in. Kind of the same thing we've seen, is just kind of with the streamline. Make sure we're getting those streamlines right behind your ears. As you go through your underwater pull, you're doing just a really short pull. Your elbows are basically coming back to there. On that breaststroke pull-out, you're going to be able to pull all the way back. So your hands are going to end up getting all the way back by past your hips and almost to the end of your chute. That way you're going to be able to get that real strong power. A lot of times coaches will tell you you're going to end up pulling in a little bit of a keyhole shape like this. You've got just kind of the top part right through here, and then you're already starting to cycle through. So make sure on that underwater pull-out underneath the water, get all the way, get that good strong push through the finish of that stroke. As we see you kind of going through here on the surface, doing a, it looks fairly good. We're not seeing a whole lot, at least above the water, that's going to be able to really kind of tell you what you're doing. As you go into those turns, what you're doing is you're kind of coming into the wall, and then you're just kind of turning around. The biggest thing that we like to change is making sure as you're coming into that wall for that turn, you're going to end up coming back out pretty much in this straight line, in the same line that you came in on. As you hit the wall, make sure you're really trying to drive your knees up underneath you. You're going to end up almost going straight back on both of your shoulders, but you want to be able to get a little bit more pressure on that left shoulder, since that is the one that you do tend to pull off the wall first. So we'll get a little bit more work on that, but make sure you're really trying to think about not getting that turnaround, that twisting motion, but trying to come straight in and then going straight back out that same line you came in on. Good strong push off underneath the water. Again, kind of the same thing on that pull out, and always make sure that you're keeping that head still. You're kind of lifting that chin up. Your head will naturally break the surface as you go through and press on the water. So utilize that pull a little bit more and make sure you're focused on the bottom of the pool. See you get in there for the finish. Looks pretty good. Not taking another stroke. Nice job, Nemanja.